Shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Kol Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of your message, Shalom to the elect. I'm going to do a short, quick little lesson on, basically I'll entitle it something of, maybe like the Lord didn't tell us to mutilate ourselves, and this comes from, it was inspired by, I was just reading and stuff, like reading like comments and surfing through comments, and somebody was trying to, I guess it was a scoffer, and they basically bring out the scripture, and it was like, oh, the Bible tells you to cut off your right hand, but you don't see people cutting off their right hands. And I'm just like, that's because they have the lack of understanding. So I wanted to that'll be a good thing to jump into, because I asked like one of my one of the young brothers like that, I like, he's not in the camp, but he asked a lot of questions, and he's studying. So I asked him what he thought that meant, and he had no idea. So I was like, oh, you know what? This is a good thing to jump into. It's simple, but Lord's will to be edifying. So this is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 20. What is it? See, they read up verse 30. So, but I'll read 29 because it's kind of like the same thing. It says, "And if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee." For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not the whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. Right? So the scripture is not telling you to pluck out your eye or chop off your hand. If it offends you, it's metaphoric, right? So, because that's why the scripture said, when the Lord was reading the parables, and the disciples asked him, why are you reading parables? Because it's up to you to understand the mystery. So it's not going to be just the scriptures aren't just black and white. It ain't just read it and that's that. It is what it said it is. Some of it is plain as what it says, but a lot of it is come through, like, it's like understanding. It's spiritual. It's metaphoric. How the apostles like to say, it's parabolic. So it's different. It's a meaning in it. It's poetry in a sense. So basically, what it's really saying is if something is hindering you, right, or bringing a hindrance. I'm gonna get that word hindering, right? Let me see. Definition. It says hinder, right? It says creating difficulties for someone or something, resulting in delay or obstruction. Right. So if it's causing a delay, if it's like causing a difficulty, if it's causing a hindrance from you walking in the right path, hindrance from righteousness, so to speak, and doing what you got to do, just in general, doing what you got to do too. Of course, first and foremost, righteousness, following the Lord's statutes and commandments and things of that nature. But ultimately, in general, if something's stopping you from what you got to do, then you got to stop it. If it's lawful, for example, drinking is not unlawful. It's not a sin. You know what I'm saying? But if every time you go out to drink, you late for work, or you start to act a fool, then maybe you need to cut off drinking. Maybe you need to stop that if that's going to stop you from getting what you got to get done. And that's just more like a worldly sense, like, I'm drinking on a weekend, but now I can't get up on a Saturday. I can't get up on a Saturday, right, to go to camp, or I can't get up on a Monday to get to work on time. Now I'm about to lose my job, or now, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, there's a cause and effect to all things. So if what you're doing, or you hanging out, you going out to a party, these things are not against the law. You feel me? You're not against the scriptures. It's not like, within balance. But if these things that you're doing, whether it be partying, drinking, hanging out, going to the whatever, dealing with women, if any of these things are creating a obstacle from you getting from your priorities. You know what I'm saying? Whether that be going to camp, whether that be going to work, whether that be paying your bills, whether that be just being handling your responsibilities. If any of those things are creating a block or obstacle, then it would be best for you to cut it off, because it's better that you cut it off and deal with, you say, the pain of it, like no different than, now metaphorically, you cutting off your hand. Of course, it's going to be pain. You're going to be lacking something, right? But it'd be better that you cut off drinking. It'd be better that you cut off partying or doing what you might enjoy, right? And it may cause some discomfort, because we are in hell. But it's better that you do that than to just now have that, whatever advice that is, lead you down or bring more difficulties, make things worse for you, make matters worse, because if it starts with, all right, I'm drinking on the weekend, at the camp I'm drinking on the weekend, but now I'm missing work on the next day, which I got work on the weekend, now I'm missing work, or now I'm always forgetting shit, I'm always losing shit, and I lost my wallet, and I might have found it a few times, but now I go from that to, now I'm drinking 2 days in a row, now I'm fired from work, now I'm suspended from camp, Lord forbid, now I'm, you know what I'm saying? It's just more. It could just bring more. Or now I'm just all out, you know what I'm saying? Wicked. You know what I mean? Whether that be, maybe it'll bring you to wickedness, because, Jake, I say drinking because I used to, you know what I mean? I could speak for myself, which is why I calmed down with the drinking. But, you might be into, like, a brother might be, like, dealing with a lot of women. Now that shit is engulfing you. Now you engulfed in that. You know what I'm saying? Or now you done went off and you done. And this is just, what's the word I'm looking for? This is like worst case scenario. Now you taking part in adultery. Now you knocking down women that got men. You may not know the man, but you might know that she might have had a man, or so be it. And now you just, it could lead to further stuff. And that's why I said what? It says, for it be profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish and not the whole body. So it'd be profitable for you that, you go through not doing that thing, even though it may be not wicked, right? It's not like you're going against the law, but it'd be profitable for you to cut that off, as opposed to you continue doing that and now you suffer or you perish even more. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it. It ain't really too deep, but more so the lesson was about understanding that the scriptures are metaphoric, and it's not, but scoffers try to be funny. You know what I'm saying? They try to like somebody that's against the scriptures, they'll read that and be like, oh yeah, see, that's what type of God is going to tell you to cut your own hand off or poke out your eye. You know what I'm saying? Not having understanding. You know what I'm saying? So just to bring some understanding to babes and people that are just coming in to the truth or just finding out, it's a lot of the scriptures are metaphoric, not telling you to do that literally, you know what I'm saying, but to cut off certain hindrances, distractions, things that are holding you back from handling your business, things that are bringing difficulty, or, you know what I'm saying, and things like that, so not being long-winded, that was really just the point of it, was to shed light on that, and, just kind of like let it be known that it's metaphoric, and that a lot of these things are metaphoric. And if it seems like it's like far-fetched, and because, so not an average, a sincere person that's if it's like my man, when I bring it out to him, I asked him what it meant, and he was like, I know it can't mean that, though. I just don't think the Lord will tell you to cut, and you're right, so it's just to shed some light on what exactly it meant, and when you think it's metaphoric, it possibly is, so with that, I want to say, Kol Haloyim La, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'Shem Rakakudash. Next time, Shalom.